I would like to give you a quick walkthrough of the deficiency tracker. The goal of the application is to streamline communication about documentation deficiencies between Consensio Health coders and their providers. The first thing you'll receive once your account is created is a request for you to reset your temporary password, which you'll receive by email. The email will look something like this, say reset your password, and there's going to be a hyperlink showing you where to reset it. You'll get to a screen that looks like this, and you'll need to choose a password based on the criteria listed. So let me try this again. If you don't put sufficient criteria, you might need to reset your password or try another combination. So I'll try this. And my password has changed successfully. At this point, no real need to log in immediately. Instead, let's look at what happens when you actually get an actual deficiency. Email will look something like this. You'll get an email from Deficiency Tracker at Consensio Health. You'll get the details of the encounter in the body of the email, the patient's name, what is involved as far as the deficiency, and there will be a comment about why the documentation is deficient. This is a test email, so no comment is seen here. And most of the time you should be receiving an attachment with the actual encounter, which you'll be able to read. If it's the case that you're not receiving attachments, please let me know so we can investigate this. So on the bottom you have two options. You can decline to amend the chart, or you can amend the chart. So let's look at a scenario in which you read the chart and then you're declining to amend it. Again, in this scenario, you would not need to log into Epic at all. All you do is you click on the link to log in. And if you're not previously logged in, you'll need to go through the login screen and put in your password. We can simulate that, but again, fairly simple. You'll get to this screen that shows you the relevant information of the encounter. Your response here is declined. You would have to enter a decline reason for one of the canned responses. The reasons here are listed in order that we think is most likely for somebody to answer to least likely, and the reasons are different for different types of deficiencies. So you can see here for critical care, we're going through options like I never spent the time, patient doesn't meet criteria for various reasons, can't review the record, deficiency is not mine, so on and so forth. So let's say in this particular encounter, the deficiency was not mine, and I think somebody else spent the time on this chart. I would typically put a comment in like, let's say I would like the reviewer to refer this chart to Dr. Khan to see if the critical care was spent by them. I click submit. And at this point, it takes me to a screen that shows all my deficiencies and what I've done with them. Did I decline? Did I amend? Which ones have been resolved by the reviewer? You can filter by the number of days that you like to go back in history. You can filter by specific text. We have status filters on the side. Most of them are not really relevant for the clinician. Some are. It's a fairly simple screen to explore. But the idea is that once you submit the deficiency, you can see the status of your deficiencies and those that you failed to respond to, and those for which you received an email but never responded, those are still due a response by you. So that would be another opportunity to enter these screens and address them. The same sort of thing would happen when you click on amending the chart. At this point, after I've declined an encounter, I don't think I can amend it. But if you do amend, obviously, the first thing you would do is log into Epic, actually make the amendment in an addendum note, and then you click amend here. If you do choose to amend, reason for decline would not be grayed out because you're not declining. There's typically no reason to put any comment, and then you just submit this. If you don't respond to these emails, you get reminders every several days that you have pending deficiencies. If you have any questions or you have any glitches, things don't work as expected, please email Chrissy or myself, Eric Adar, and hopefully this works well for everyone. Thank you.